Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Convocation Center, home of your California Vulcans volleyball. It is the last game of the season here tonight, so you know what that means. It is senior night here, so we're going to go join them onto the action.
She is escorted by her mother, Justine, and
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Convocation Center. After all of that fun senior action, we are getting ready for the action here ourselves on the court. Tonight, your California Vulcans will be squaring up against the Seton Hill Griffins in their last home game of the year. We got a trio of commentators up here on top of that Convocation Center. I'm Addie Mann, joined alongside JJ Robinson and the voice of Vulcan Athletics himself, Mr. Jonathan Safe. How you guys feeling tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you, Safe?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I'm always excited, always happy to be here, and I'm looking forward to a good volleyball game here today.
Now, before we square up, we got some stats going over the great matchup we got here tonight in the combo.
Yeah, you take a look at your screen. We do have the tail of the tape on the screen, but coming into this one, like you said, Addie, today is the senior night, honoring the 4 seniors of the California Vulcans. That would be number 11, Kaylin Berkey, number 10, Kaylin Berkey, number 11, Kelly Lynch. As well, I'm looking number 4, Chelsea Howard, and then number 17, Kiana Grandy. All 4 of those seniors will be their final home game of their career here at California.
So great to watch all of those players take the court run last time here in the combo. Been doing this for now my second season commentating volleyball, and it's just so great when you're seeing the same players coming in and day after and just playing some great volleyball. And it looks like the Vulcans are going to be taking this opening serve to start us off. We have number 13, Ashley Barnes, the 5'10 freshman, going back to that line to start this first set strong here for the Vulcans. And Barnes' serve is up, tips the net, but it's all good. And now the Griffins are going to try to respond. They get tipped from the Vulcans up at the net, and now the Vulcans are right back into it. They're going to get blocked by the Griffins, and that's going to catch a piece of some Vulcan court, and Seton Hill Griffins will take that opening point.
Yeah, that time it was number 11, Paige Cole for the Griffins, getting up there for the block, and that's a name you're going to hear a lot tonight. 301 kills on the season for Cole. Has been absolutely phenomenal, so we'll hear more of her from later.
Now we have the defensive specialist, Lizar, with the I thought it was an ace. How that is saved, no one knows, but back onto that Griffin side. Lynch is going to assist that one. Can they get there in time? Yes, they can. And now the Vulcans are going to throw that ball on over. And now it's back on that Griffin side. Griffins are going to lay down the law with the kill right there are the Seton Hill Griffins.
That was a really good defensive play by California. Unfortunately, they were unable to get that ball back over. They had a couple of nice saves on their side, but was not able to get that last little save there.
These are still back to the line here to serve, and another good one. And now Vulcans are going to try and catch them. They go short tip over, and Lizar was there to dig that one out. Now back onto that Seton Hill side. They catch a piece of it at the net. Whistle is blown. It looks like a net. Looks like a carry is called against the Vulcans.
Yeah, quick start here for the Griffins as they've been able to get up 3-0 to start this set. And they just have this high-flying, attacking offensive style, and it's going to be on California to try to get back into this game.
Now a 3-0 lead for the Griffins after that good serve. Vulcans are going to try and get some momentum here, and the Griffins can dig that guy out. And now Griffins going to go long court with it. Good save by that Vulcan side. Vulcans are going to go short tip over to midcourt. Oh, and that one is somehow saved by the Seton Hill Griffins. Back over to that Vulcan side. Vulcans have the momentum here, and they can find a piece of that open court and claim their first point of that opening set.
Elijah Floyd there with that point. She was able to nicely place the ball in the back corner of the court where the Griffins were unable to respond.
Now we have one of the seniors going back to the line here. Kaylin Berkey, a leader from that service line for the Vulcans. Another good serve by Berkey, and it's onto that Seton Hill side. They looked a little confused by it and just throw it over to that Vulcan side. Vulcans have it now going long court with it, but they can dig it out from Seton Hill. Seton Hill trying to go long court with it on their own right, but Lynch is there to respond, and now it's back onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans trying to find some open court, and a diving save is no good, and another Vulcan point to add to the board.
Yeah, that's 2 points in a row where the Vulcans able to find that back corner. No one in Seton Hill defending that area. That time Subwacheska doing a fantastic job at just attacking that space that's given to her and forcing the Seton Hill defenders to try to make an adjustment. And now both teams making some substitutions and get back into this play.
It looks like Coach Letourneau is going to want to put Kiana Grandy back to the line here to serve in place of Berkey. Is running into some trouble with the substitution with that referee on that far side. Don't really have much insight more than that.
Yeah, I think that maybe just trying to figure out the rotation order. Not quite sure. I think actually what ended up happening was I think they're awarding the point to Seton Hill, I believe.
Okay. This would be a nice one to have a replay for.
I think that's exactly. I think they said that the ball went out, so it's going to be a Seton Hill point.
Sure. And then anyway, we have Riley Rock going to go back to that line to serve here for the Seton Hill Griffins, 4-1. After that confusion by everyone, Rock with a good serve there. Vulcans have it on that Vulcan side. Vulcans trying to find some long court, tipped at the net from the Griffins, and there we go. That's going to be definitively a Vulcan point.
Ashley Barnes there on the nice kill. She, again, finds that back corner where the Griffins have just been unaware of that's been open this entire game so far.
And that's going to be Rigardio coming down with that kill as we have Floyd back to line here to serve. And a good serve by Alasia Floyd. And it's onto that Griffin side. Griffins tipped by the Vulcans at the net, but Vulcans are there to recover. And now it's onto that Vulcan side. Once again, long court from the corner there, and it's saved by the Griffins. Griffins have it. They're going to go tip over and right into that open slot. Or the Griffins 5-2.
Yeah, once again, Paige Cole, and she can attack these balls any way that she's able to. We saw earlier on, super powerful that time, super precise, just able to lay it just over the net on the near side and able to get a point for the Griffins.
And that's Cole right there with that serve. And it's onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans tipped by the Griffins up at that net, putting the pressure there early. And they try to go long court. I think that one might have been going out, but the Vulcans are there to save that. What a great effort by Kelly Lynch. And it's back onto that Griffin side to keep this rally alive. And the Griffins throw it down. And look at that celebration up at the net from them.
Elizabeth Ward there on that kill for the Griffins, able to put some nice power underneath the ball to get the nice point there.
Paige Cole, their sharpshooter right here for the Griffins. Can this be a service ace for Cole? And yes, it can.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times earlier on in the season. The Vulcans just not doing a fantastic job at adjusting to these servers and just getting it over. That time, Cole able to get the ace.
7-2 is it onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans need to get some momentum here. That's going to be tipped by the Griffins up the net, and either way, it's finding a piece of that Seton Hill court.
Ruggiero again with another point there, hitting the same exact spot that they've been attacking this entire game.
Now it looks like Ruggiero is going to come out of this game in favor of Favada, who's going to go back to the line here to serve 3-7. Seton Hill is leading currently as Favada's back to the line here to serve for your Vulcans. Serve is up, and it is all good, and now it's on to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill trying to find some open court there, but the Vulcans are there to save that guy, and it's on to that Seton Hill side. It gets tripped up by the hands of the defenders, and another Cal U point.
Yeah, Sobocheska that time able to get up, nice setup pass there by Lynch, and then Sobocheska able to get enough power behind it to force the deflection to go out of play for the Vulcan point.
And that's a good serve there from Favada. Now it's back onto that Griffin side. Griffin trying to go long court, that tip by the Vulcans, and Lynch is there to dig that guy out. And now it's on to that Seton Hill side, and a diving effort from Cole, no good, and a Vulcan point.
Ali Dronberger able to put the ball in a really nice position where she was able to catch the Griffins off guard. The Griffins did try and respond with a nice hit, but unfortunately does end up going out of bounds.
5-7. The Griffins are still in the driver's seat. Vulcans are slowly coming back. Favada with another good serve there. And that's Paige Cole trying to find some open court from the Vulcans. And now it's back onto the Seton Hill side. Seton Hill trying to get something cooking in their own right. And that's dug out by the Vulcans as it's onto that side. Vulcans trying to go long court with it, too long. And that's going to be right back to the Griffins.
Yeah, great defensive effort by both teams. Just able to save these very difficult attempted kills by either side. But once again, Sobocheska on that far side just trying to find these back corners that Seton Hill leave open, but that one just left a little bit too strong.
And that's a good serve there by the Griffins onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans, Dronberger trying to find some open court. Great diving effort by the Griffins to keep that ball alive. And now it's back onto that Vulcan side. And you can see they are scrambling the entire way, and another Cal U point to add.
Really nice by California with the blocks on that little rally there, and then the Griffins just hitting it out of bounds, unfortunately for them.
And California doing a great job of getting back into this one. Fell behind a little bit early, but find themselves only down by 2, 6-8 now.
Sibucheski back to the line here to serve. For that one, a low dig out by the Griffins, but they still got it. And that was a scramble effort at its finest, and a Vulcan point after that one.
Yeah, once again, these two teams just like to keep these back corners open and let their defenders in the back row try to range over there. And both teams trying to exploit it. That time, another hit by Seton just went a little bit too far out of play.
Vulcans that one back, and Sibucheski almost aces that one. A low dig out, but the Griffins are there to lay down the law with that one.
The Griffins there were able to get a nice spike on that one. Unfortunately, I was not able to get her name.
I believe that was Bobby Rempe with that kill effort from the Griffin side, as it's now they're going to take control of it, and that's Abby Alstingler going back to the line to serve 9-7 early in this opening set. And a good serve there by the Griffins. Back onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans have it now, trying to go long court, tipped by the Oh, they're calling it not tipped by the Griffins at the net, and a Seton Hill point.
Yeah, it did sound like it may have been tipped at the net, but Seton Hill get their hands out of the way just in time, and Howard thought maybe there was going to be a block attempt, just try to get it as far as she could, but that one ended up out of play.
And Cole's serve is good onto that Vulcan side. Vulcan, that one was definitely tipped at the net. Doesn't matter as it lands in bounds. And now that one's going to add another point to the Vulcan score.
Caitlin Berkey was able to place that in a perfect position where she knew if anything did happen on the ball, it would be tipped, which would end up getting the Vulcans a point there.
Kelly Lynch back to line here to serve for your California Vulcans. A good serve by Lynch onto that Seton Hill side. They go tip over attempt. Great teamwork to keep this ball in play. And that's going to be a long court effort from Favada, I believe, and that's too long and another Griffin point.
Yeah, just these teams going back and forth, and a little bit of miscommunication by the Vulcans. Berkey was able to save it at the net, but had people in behind her going to attempt to get it back, and then Berkey just tried to lay it over, went too strong.
And a good serve there by Alvarado for the Griffins, and it's down to that Vulcan side. They go tip over of their own right, and a great scrambling effort there from the Seton Hill Griffins. They're going to throw it back on over to that Vulcan side. Vulcans have it now. The fake out set from Favada. How this ball is still in the air, no one knows. He's still safe, losing his mind in the corner.
That was an amazing play by California. It looked like they were going to go for the set to Floyd, but instead it just ends up throwing the ball back over to the Griffins.
Adriana Favada with the old fake out set, throwing into that opening court from the Griffins.
Yeah, I mean, great defensive attempt by Seton. Two people diving on the ground and almost able to keep it up.
Now we have Ashley Barnes going back to the line here to serve 11-9. Vulcans have been trailing this entire opening set, trying to make a slow comeback here, and a good serve there by the Vulcans. And they're going to go too long with that one. Griffins hits the ref's foot and goes out, another Vulcan point.
Yeah, yet again, they try to find these back corners, but they keep placing it too strong. And once again, Seton Hill just trying to pick those spots correctly, but just haven't been able to do so as of recently.
And Barnes' serve is up and good, and it's dug out strong by the Griffins. And they're going to go try and find some open court, and they can find it. What a great play that was by the Griffins.
That play was more about accuracy than power. There wasn't much power put on that ball to get it to the mid-back of the Vulcan side of the court. But luckily for the Griffins, they were fortunate enough to get perfect hit off that ball.
And that's a good serve from the Griffins. Now onto that Cal-U side. Howard trying to find some open court, no good there. And now it's onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill trying to go long court with that and can't put it in there. And now another Vulcan point.
I mean, Paige Cole for the Griffins is all over the court. She's running up and down all over the place. That time, try to place in a spot that she found a little bit earlier, just on the far side of the net, but pretty close to it, but just couldn't find her spot that time.
Barkey, the sharpshooter from that service line, another good one there. And they go tip over from that Griffin side. What a crafty little play that was.
Mackenzie English there on that little tip to land it right in front of the Vulcans, right on the opposite side of their net.
Now that's going to be a Seton Hill serve as they get their substitutions all set. Now that's number 7, Riley Rock, going back to line here to serve for the Griffins, currently leading 13-11 early in this opening set in California, Pennsylvania. And a good serve by Rock. It's onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans have it. They go back set, and that one's a good little crafty play, and a violation is called. Waiting for the official call.
Looks like it'll be a point for the Vulcans. Floyd just saw what Seton Hill did with that little tip over, did it on her own. It looked, I think, maybe a double hit or a carry, and ended up in Vulcan point.
And a good serve there by Floyd, and back onto that Cal-U side. What a diving save that was by the Vulcans, and they're going to lay down the law with that one. How about that play to tie this ball game up?
Olivia Subacheska there on that nice kill there. She is definitely one of the more powerful hitters that I've seen on this team.
13-13 ball game here, for folks, as Floyd's back to line to serve, and that's going to be another point handed to the Griffins as that one sails into the net.
I mean, we can talk about the last time these two teams played was a couple of weeks ago, all the way back on October 7th, where Seton Hill was able to get the win in 5 sets. So if California wants to win this game, they're going to looking for a little bit of revenge for the last time out.
That's Cole back to line here to serve for the Griffins. And now Howard trying to find some open space in her own right, and they're just scrambling galore on that Seton Hill side. Back over to the Seton Hill side after the Vulcans get a hand on that one. And now the Griffins have it once again, trying to find some space here and some momentum. And it's back out to that Vulcan side. Vulcans trying to find a good spot there, and that's dug out by the Griffins. They're going to throw it back over to that Vulcan side now. Let's see how many times I can say throw it back over in one rally. And now they find the opening court in the backfield, and that will be a point for the Griffins.
Ruggiero with that point there.
Oh, sorry.
That was a really nice rally on both sides. California and the Griffins were able to play some really good defense on there, making the set go for a decently long time.
You know what tripped me up? I think the Griffins scored that they thought they scored that point because they were going back to the service line. Straight up.
It happens. It happens. You know, it's really hard because both teams cheer no matter what, so you never know what's happening.
That's 100% valid. Anyway, we're back to the action here. 14-14 ball game here, folks. And that one's going to be tipped by the defensive effort and a Seton Hill point on that one.
Yeah, unfortunate for Dronberger and Howard just going up to try to make that wall, but a powerful attempt by Seton Hill and California unable to get that block in.
And a good serve by the Seton Hill Griffins, wasting no time on that one. And Cal U trying to find some open court, and they can tie up this ball game once again, folks. Dronberger with that one.
Dronberger has some unique skills where she's able to put the ball in some really tough positions, and there you saw her do that again, putting it right in between multiple defenders.
Silbacheski still back to serve here for your Vulcans. 15-15, a tight-up ball game. Vulcans have not led at all in this opening set, and it's onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill blocked by the Vulcans. What a great block that was by the wall at the net. And that one's going to be tipped by the defensive effort and sails out of bounds. Another Griffin point.
Yeah, once again, such a powerful hit by these outside hitters from Seton. The wall that time by Berkey and Howard just couldn't get up there in time, and just unable to get to be strong and firm enough at the net to keep that one back.
Now we have number 2, Abby Ostringer, going back to line here to serve for the Griffins. 16-15. That one a low ball, but it barely clears the net. It's onto that Vulcan side. Vulcan's now trying to find some open court right now, waiting for the official call, and yes, that ball was in, folks.
Once again, Caitlin Berkey able to put the ball into some really tough positions, this time going for the back corner of the court once again, gaining the point for them.
Berkey, the leader in kills for this team at 206. And now we have Kelly Lynch back to the line to serve. 16-16. Can Lynch bring the Vulcans to the first lead of their night in this opening set? And another good one there by Kelly Lynch. It's onto that Vulcan side. What a dig out that was by Favada. Can they get there in time? And no way, as Dronberger made a diving effort to try and save that one.
Yeah, great effort by the Vulcans. Favada doing well to get down and keep that one somewhat alive. And then Dronberger almost ran into the scorer's table on the near side trying to save it. But once again, another powerful kill, and California seem to inch themselves closer and closer to taking the lead, but just haven't been able to.
Alvarado with that serve from the Griffins is onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans now have it, and they're trying to find some open court there, and Dronberger with another kill to add to her total for tonight.
Once again, Dronberger with a really nice kill, this time putting the ball in the middle of the court, where the Griffins weren't expecting. It looked like they were defending the back corners of the court, where California's been attacking all game. Instead, this time she goes for the mid-court attack.
Now we have number 13, Ashley Barnes, back to line to serve here, 17-17. I'll say it again. Can Barnes be the one that brings Cal U to their first lead in this opening set? And Barnes is up with a good serve there and onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill blocked by the Vulcans. What a team effort that was on the defensive end. And now it's onto that Seton Hill side again. Another block, but it's no good. It tips over their hands and gives it right to the Griffins. I swear to God, we're watching a game on replay.
Yeah, Paige Cole with the kill attempt that time, and the Vulcans were able to get the block in, but the ball seemed to fall in slow motion on the Vulcan side of the court, and just no one able to get to it, and Seton Hill take the lead once again.
Lizarra with the serve there from the Griffins onto that Vulcan side. Vulcans now have it tipped by the Griffins up at the net. Oh, and they're going to call it not tipped, and that one's going to be too far out of bounds. A Griffin point, 19-17.
California had a really nice run there. It looked like it was going to end up being inbounds off a tip anything, but unfortunately it does not get tipped, and it lands just out of bounds.
Another Lizarra serve there is good, and Seton Hill gets that one right there, as that's going to be too strong of a ball from Regaro.
Yeah, I thought maybe that one was tipped at the net, but I think it came off the top of the net and went out of play. Unfortunate for Regaro, just trying to find those little pockets of space. But these outside hitters for California have just been fantastic so far in this game. Even though they're down by 3, all of them so powerful and so unique in their approach. A lot of them just dominant power hitters that we saw with Ruggiero and Subwacheska, and then like you talked about, JJ Drumberger just able to kind of like finesse the ball in a way where she's able to find these little pockets of space that no one else can.
Yeah, most definitely. California has a lot of players with a lot of different skill sets on their team. Hopefully, California can find a way to gain the lead late in this first set.
I mean, we saw it. If you're a Vulcan fan and you were tuning in to the last game, we weren't there to cover it, but if you watched the Mercyhurst broadcast, we watched the Vulcans come back from a hefty deficit early in that first set to take that game to 5 sets and ultimately win that one. So we'll see if they can do that tonight. They're kind of the underdog mentality. Like, we've always said it, like, you can't get too comfortable. If once they get comfortable, we start seeing mistakes made. So... Yeah. They're down 3 points, but I wouldn't be surprised, especially coming after this timeout, if they could turn some things around.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the last time out, Seton Hill did take the first set 25-19 before the Vulcans won 2 straight, and then that decisive fourth set descended to a fifth. California lost by 2, 26-24. So California no strangers to falling behind early in these sets, but coming back to win these games. And like you said, it's just that underdog mentality where you're down but not out, and this Vulcan team has shown plenty of times what they are capable of doing.
And Seton Hill with that serve following the Vulcan timeout. Vulcans blocked by the Griffins there on that one. They try to find some long court that, and that's going to be called a violation and a point to the Griffins.
Yeah, that was a double hit by Barnes, I believe. Went for the kill attempt, got blocked, got it back, and then just kind of hit it with both of her hands and ended up giving the Griffins another point.
And Griffins with another good serve there, but look at that. Vulcans are there to respond with the kill. That's Caitlin Berkey with another one for tonight.
Caitlin Berkey really is stepping up in this game throughout the entire game so far, putting the ball in some really hard places for the Griffins being unable to respond.
Berkey back to service line here for the California Vulcans, 18-21. Blocked by the defensive effort, and they weren't looking for that one, were the Griffins. What a play that was from your Vulcans. And that's going to be Alicia Floyd credited with that one. They got an amazing team at the net with the defensive effort all season from this Vulcans. And then Berkey with another service ace. Caitlin Berkey, I've said it already tonight, she leaves the team with service aces with 56. Make it 57 after that one. Now we're going to get a timeout called by Seton Hill.
Yeah, perfect way to come out of the timeout. California kind of stopped that momentum that Seton Hill had. Seton Hill with a 4-point lead, and the Vulcans able to close it up to now just 1. And pretty much all in the back of Caitlin Berkey and that last point as well. That amazing block by Floyd at the net to deny everything that Seton Hill had going for him.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool play to watch, especially with tonight being senior night. Caitlin Berkey has been a staple for this Vulcan team for the past several seasons. And if she can pull out this one, I like her back to the service line. I've said it almost every game I have called, that she's the person in the pressured situations you want at that service line, especially going back with her record. So if she can pull this one out in the opening set, that'd be a really cool way to start off her senior night. I'm commentating with 2 other people, yet I'm the only one talking right now.
Hey.
We're in a timeout. There's 20 seconds left. Calm down. Oh my God.
I was dancing a little bit. I'm sorry. I was listening. The music got to me.
Amazing music here at the Convocation Center.
Shout out. We were talking about that a while during the pregame.
I will be sad that once volleyball season is over and basketball season starts, that will be a completely different set of music to be played.
This music is better, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't.
It's a little bit more of a variety.
It'll be different. It'll be different. But back into the game.
Same vibe. Love California. Let's go.
Berkey still in the service line here as we're talking about music. And it's on to that Griffin side. Griffins now have it, trying to find some open court there. And that one's going to be called out of there and a Vulcan point. Look at this. It's tied up 21-21.
Yeah, that time Kokowski for the Griffins had it like all ready there for, had the kill attempt, tried to go straight in the ground, but just missed and then ended up hitting it out of play.
Berkey still back to the service line here. And that one's going to be too strong and says, here you go, Griffins. Here's a point.
California really trying to make a nice effort here to gain the lead, the first lead of the game. Unfortunately, serve does just barely go out of bounds, giving the Griffins another point.
Seeming like there was some confusion there on the rotations and substitutions from that Griffins side. Now we're still waiting on who's going to serve, as There we go. Now we have a player back to the service line, and it is number 7, Riley Rock. That's what we needed. 21-22. Seton Hill is leading this ball game, and so far it's been all Griffins here. And now it's onto that Vulcan side, and Floyd tries to go over there, and they're going to call a violation on that one. I believe that's a carry violation called on Floyd.
Yeah, that was a carry violation there on Floyd.
I don't want to know what you guys are talking about back there.
Don't worry about it.
me and the voice of Vulcan Sports on the same page.
Sure. Anyway, now we're back into the action here. Vulcan's coming down heavy with that kill attempt, and they go tip over on that Seton side, and that's going to be called a violation, net violation from the Griffins, and the Vulcans are right back into this game.
Yeah, that time Seton Hill just got too close to the net. I believe it was number 13, Bobby Remp, who's going to get called for that one, and give the Vulcans one more point and an inch closer to trying to take this lead.
That's Floyd still back to line to serve here, and it's back onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill with a crafty little effort there, and it's onto that Vulcan side. Regaro trying to find some open court, but the Griffins are there to respond. Now it's bound to that Griffin side, blocked by the Vulcans, and that one is going to go out of bounds as it hits off the hands of Joneberger.
That was a really nice effort there by California, getting the block there. Unfortunately, the ball does end up going out of bounds, which is leading to the Griffins at match point. Set point.
The same thing.
Same thing.
We talked about tennis lingo in our last commentary
I have never
adventure.
talked about tennis again.
Anyway, Cole with that serve there, and now it's onto that Vulcan side. Howard trying to find some open space for it, and now it's onto the Seton Hill side. Can they get there in time to be an absolute miracle if they do? And they cannot. That's going to be the Seton Hill Griffins claiming the opening set 25-22. Tune into the next set. You're watching CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. So far, that first set was all Seton Hill Griffins, 25-22. Both teams are going to take the court here. JJ, Safe, what are you guys looking at as we go into set 2? Please stop dancing.
I'm looking forward to some amazing music that we hear in the Convocation Center. But related to the game, I am looking for California to try and get off to a really nice start here. Unfortunately, they were not able to have the lead for any of the first set. But hopefully California can come off to a nice start here.
Yeah, and I agree. And it just seemed like every time California was inching their way back, they just couldn't. They couldn't get over that hump. They couldn't take the lead. They would tie the game, get 1 point down, and every time they were just there to get it, Seton Hill would extend the lead, and finally they were able to take it. And so California needs to do a better job this set and not falling behind by a lot so early. Last time they were down 4 or 5-1 to start this set. They need to start this set off better than the last one.
I wouldn't even necessarily say that the biggest thing is getting down by a lot. It's more just taking advantage of opportunities. Anyway, now we're back into the action in the second set. A great kill attempt by Regaro from the Vulcans. It's on to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill tried to go tip over on that crafted little play. That one. Pavada's going to throw it on over there with the fake out set. And it's on to that Griffin side. Griffins now trying to find long court with it. And that's going to be too long. And look at that. Cal U has finally had a lead of the night. Look at it. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. First lead of the night for the Vulcans. Subocheska doing a great job at getting out of the way. It looked like she was trying to save it, but just got herself out of the way and let that one go out of play for the Vulcan point. And like you said, California finally with their first lead of the night.
I think there's like a bug on the court. That's a new one. Oh, I'm sorry. That's pretty funny.
I mean, there's been some. I know in previous years there was a bat here in the Convocation Center around. There was a bat.
We had power outages. We've seen it all.
Yeah, this place is its own ecosystem.
That was funny. Anyway, we got Berkey back to serving. That's going to be a little long there. Berkey was feeling the heat on that one.
Something you've seen a lot throughout the first set was a tie game. Hopefully, hopefully California is able to pull the lead back again.
The enthusiasm is just unreal. Anyway, that's Lazar from the Griffin side. Now, oh, look at that. What a save that was on that Vulcan side just to get it onto the Griffin side. And that's going to get tipped off the hands of Subocheski and going out of bounds. And the Griffins will take that one.
Yeah, unfortunate. Floyd just missed, but Wawa able to save. But that time, Mackenzie English for the Griffins able to lay that kill down, and that block attempt unable to stay up. But once again, Seton Hill give the Vulcans another point right back.
And that's Lazaro that just soars that one into net. You can see there was some mistiming on that serve. She hit it on the down arc of when that ball was in there. That's my physics lesson for tonight. And that's Alasia Floyd back to line your serve for your Vulcans 2-2. And it's onto that Griffin side. Griffin's trying to find some open space. And Floyd just throws it on up and puts it on a tee for them. A Seton Hill point.
Seton Hill was able to put the ball in a really nice position where it just gets right by Floyd, landing right in between. Where I feel like it could have been debatable if it was in or out, which the rule was in.
I think it was in, JJ.
Oh, it was in. It was in for sure.
Thanks for agreeing with me, guys.
Austin Miller back to line your serve for the Griffins. It's onto that Cal U side. Howard with a kill right there. No way they could save that one. And look at that, as JG so enthusiastically put it, it's a tied ball game.
Yeah, Chelsea Howard almost just took her head off. That time the setup was perfect, and Howard with the kill. The libero, that time Carrie Lees are unable to keep that one up and just gets absolutely smacked right in the face. But all tied up. Now we're back.
Now we have the freshman out of Maryland, Ashley Barnes, here to serve that one. And that one was set a little low there by the Griffin side. And they're going to call it into that corner. And a Griffin a point on that one by the hair of their skinny skin. I forget the expression.
This is not poetry.
The hair of their chinny chin chin, that's the word. Oh, God, I need to go back to elementary school.
Please,
anyway.
Please do.
Seton Hill with a good serve there. And a service ace for the Griffins, and that's going to be number 11, Paige Cole, with a service ace for their first one here tonight.
The Griffins were able to put that in a perfect place where Olivia Subocheska was unable to get the diving save there.
Cole, another serve there, and Howard put that on her, told her because that was great.
Yeah, miscommunication that time by the Griffins between Rock and Cole, both of them diving forward, but both of them kind of got in each other's way, and Howard not going to say no to that opportunity, just hitting as hard as she could straight down, and neither of them able to get it.
Now Olivia Subocheski back to line here to serve for the Vulcans, and that's going to go on to that Griffin side. Griffin's kind of scrambling over there and just throwing onto that Cal U side. Regaro trying to find some open space in that corner, and that was actually Berkey and not Regaro. And it's back onto that Seton Hill side, and it's on to the California side to have the momentum, trying to cook something up. Subocheski tries to go long court with it, and now it's onto that Griffin side. Griffins have some momentum here and put down by Berkey. Rejected, and you can see the arguments from that Griffin side, but that's all Cal U as a 5-5 score put on the board.
Game tied up once again. California looking to make a move to gain the lead of this game like they had started out with.
Subachesko still back to line here, serve for the Vulcans, and a good serve by Subachesko, making a great serve as that one's an ace for Olivia Subachesko.
Hey, Vulcans take the lead, and now we're back in the lead. Subacheska, that one just made it over the net, and that time number 23, Elizabeth Ward for the Griffins, just couldn't deal with it. Very awkward, just kind of hit her straight in the chest and just fell to the ground for the Vulcan point.
Subachesko, another good serve there to add to that impressive serving streak, and that one is going to be a CalU point as they send that one soaring into the Vulcan bench.
Griffins aiming for the back corner like California was during the first set towards the Griffins. Griffins, unfortunately, were unable to put it in bounds, giving California the point there.
Subachesko still on that service line, 7-5. Biggest lead CalU has had this entire night. And that one's going to be tipped by the Vulcan. Subachesko, a great dive in effort. And Lynch is there with the assistant. Berkey's going to throw it on over to that Griffin side. Griffins now have some momentum here with the old back set to find some space in that California Colt. And they can find a Seton Hill point to give them some momentum here.
Yeah, we saw that play a little bit earlier between the Griffins. That time Subacheska and Barnes kind of just got in each other's way and end up leading to a point for the Griffins.
And a good serve there by the Griffins. Howard trying to find some open court there. Whistle is blown. They're going to call a violation, double hit violation against the Griffins, and a Vulcan point on that one. Should be an 8-6 ball game as Kelly Lynch is going to go back to the line here. Serve. Our director's waving me off for my annoyance up here. Anyway, Lynch is here to serve, and that one's going to be too short, throwing it into the net and giving it back to the Griffins.
Looked like on that serve, she just hit the ball in the wrong place, the wrong height, which ended up not going over the net and unfortunately giving the Griffins a point. Now game once again back within 1 point.
Number 2, Abby Osterler back to the line here to serve for the Griffins, 8-7. Remember, if you're just joining us, the Seton Hill Griffins claimed the opening set 25-22, and now it's on to that CalU side. Floyd with the kill. Nowhere to go on that one. California, 9-7.
Yeah, set up beautifully that time for Floyd. Just hit it as hard as she could, and Abby Osterling for the Griffins got a piece of it and just sent that one back into the stands for the Vulcan point. Now they get back that 2-point lead they had, 9-7 here in set number 2. And California looking to tie things up here on the sets.
Adriana Favado back to the line here to serve for your California Vulcans. Had a couple early good serving streaks in that first set. Favado with another strong serve there off that one. Now onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill with the old trickery, and that ball was like me when I'm late to class, sneaks into the corner and no one sees it coming.
Man, you gotta get to class on time.
You know, I'm a 4.0 student, JJ. I must be doing something right with my life.
I'm not.
And now, after all that, jokes aside, it's onto that Seton Hill side, and it's a good serve there. Blocked by the Griffins. All Seton Hill on that play, and another Griffin point to tie up this ball game, 9-9.
Griffins had a really nice block there. The two people in the front line just able to put the ball where California didn't want it. It was on their side of the net.
Griffin's serve is up and all good. It's onto that California side. Vigaro blocked by the Griffins, and that one's going to soar out of bounds off the Griffins' hands, and a CalU point.
Yeah, almost similar to the last point. The Griffins got up there with nice wall, a nice block attempt, but and that ball ended up just towing across the line a little bit before falling on the Griffins' side and giving the Vulcans the point and the lead once again.
Berge, the sharpshooter, with that serve right here. The old tip over, and what a cluster this is at the net. And now it's on to that California side after all that chaos. Rigaro with the kill attempt, and yes, she will get that one. And another point for your California Vulcans.
Rigaro coming down with some insane power there on that kill. The Griffins were able to keep the ball alive, but the ball does end up going over the net, but out of bounds.
11-9 after that. Rigaro kill here, and Berkey's still at the service line for his second serve in this rally, and that one's going to hit the net and give it back to the Griffins.
Going back to the last point, I don't think I've ever seen someone hit the ball as hard as Rigaro does. She gets, it's crazy how hard she can hit the ball with her hands.
I think she just bottles up her anger and then just releases it.
I mean, she has to. There's something going on. It shouldn't be possible for someone to hit the ball that hard.
And after that Seton Hill serve, it's all good. And look at this, a scramble effort from the Griffins. Subacheski with the kill on that one, 12-10. Still a 2-point lead for your Vulcans as Elijah Floyd's going to go back to the line here.
Olivia Subacheska there on the kill. Again, with some insane power. California not happy about losing that last set, it looks like. A lot of hard hits coming into this game, this set.
Floyd's serve is all good. Coming off the dig strong there from the Griffins. Griffins trying to go long court with that one. That's way too long. And out of here, a California point.
Yeah, unfortunate that time from Cole. She's had some success all game so far trying to find that baseline on the backside of the court for the Vulcans, and that time just too strong.
Floyd's serve is all good off that one, and that's all power right there as the Griffins just throw it on over to that Vulcan side. Vulcans now have the momentum to follow with the dig out there. Supachesko trying to find some open court. Great diving save by Lazara and that Seton Griffin side, and that's going to go off the hands of Avada and nearly soars into the stands on the opposing side.
That was some really good effort there by California. California really trying to get the ball back over the net. The ball goes up. Unfortunately, the ball does go out of bounds, almost giving the one guy in that section a little souvenir.
I thought you were going to say what comes up must come down. Anyway, now, speaking of what comes up comes down, that serve is all good and in the court. And Regaro tips the hands of the defenders from that Seton Hill side and claims that one for the Vulcans, 14-11.
Yeah, I don't know how she didn't break that girl's fingers right there. Just got down, was able to get that jump super early, was anticipating that kill attempt all the way, and just hit it with such ferocity that none of the block attempts by Seton Hill would do a good enough job at keeping that one out, and the Vulcans with a 3-point lead once again.
And that's Ashley Barnes with the serve there, and another good one for Barnes inside that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill now coming down with that one, and that's going to be Paige Cool to add to another kill for tonight.
The Griffins are on that kill again, attacking the middle of the court, it looks like, putting it right in between all the Cal defenders.
Paige Cole, get this, has 301 kills, not including this game as she serves that one up. And Floyd trying to find some open court after that good serve by the Griffins. Onto that Griffin side, blocked by the team effort of Dronberger and Floyd at the net. And how about that one? Let's put it on the board for the Vulcans.
Yeah, beautiful block at the net by the Vulcans. Dronberger and Howard linking up that time, and both of them just getting up super early, matching them at the net, and just sending that one back, and the Vulcans restore their 3-point lead.
And that was Chelsea Howard combined with Dronberger at that net. And that's going to be a good serve by Supachesko for the Vulcan side. And now it's back onto that Vulcan side following that. And now Berkey gets blocked by the Griffins. And it's onto that California side. California tries to go tip over, but the Seton Hill Griffins are there to respond. Seton Hill now has it tip over, and that gets caught up in the hands of the Vulcans. And that's going to be a Griffins point after that chaos.
Both of these teams coming out after each of these points more aggressive, it seems like. A lot more harder hits. The Griffins able to get the point there.
That's Cazares with that serve there from the Griffins, and that's a great dig out by the Vulcans. Keep this ball alive and just throw it on over to that Griffin side. Griffins now trying to find some open court. That one's going to sneak on in there as well, and it's going to be a 1 point back now for the Griffins, 15-14.
Yeah, beautiful set up right in the middle for Elizabeth Ward, and she's able to find that back corner space right behind Lynch, and Lynch, a great defender, but not going to be able to get back there in time.
And Berkey, some miscommunication. Berkey with the dig out there, and just no one there to help her out.
Ashley Barnes did go and attempt to dig it out there. Unfortunately, she was not in the right place to be able to successfully get the ball up in the air.
And this one, I'm surprised that the Griffins didn't kill that one. And they're going to throw it on over that Cal U side. A little luck there. That one's going to go out of bounds. Keeps that Vulcan lead. Great restraint by Kelly Lynch to not go ahead and try for that one.
Yeah, like you said, Lynch looked like she wanted to go for it, but pulled her hands away at the last second to let that one fall. And good on her for letting that one go out of play.
Speaking of Kelly Lynch, she's back to line here to serve, and it's going to go back over to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill now with the maximum amount of hits. They're going to throw it over to the Cal U side. Floyd hits one of the Griffins and hits the court right after. A 17-15 lead for your Vulcans.
That was a really nice play there by Floyd, able to put the ball, it looks like, off the hands of the Griffins defender and make sure the ball ended up going straight down instead of back at her.
Lynch still back to line here to serve. As I said, she's one of the seniors that are being recognized here tonight on Senior Day. And it's back over to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill now tripped up by the Griffins, and that one's going to hit the court off the hands of Dronberger. And you can see Coach Letourneau trying to make some last-minute adjustments, speaking to Dronberger following that play.
Yeah, unfortunate because Dronberger got up there in time with a nice block attempt, but I think she ended up going into the net. And that was what ended up giving the Griffins the point there. But California's still with their lead. They still need to maintain this if they want to pull this set back.
Oistlinger back to line here to serve for the Griffins. Tipped off the net, and it's all on that Cal U side. And that's going to be Schomburger from the corner there to make up for the amends on that one, 18-16.
Schomburger able to put the ball in a really nice position for California to get the point there.
Just giving Clara, our director, a big shout out here. She's doing a great job.
I also want to give a shout out to Gary Smith.
Gary, yeah, can't do this without Gary Smith. He's the man. Adriana Favada back to line here to serve for the Vulcans, and good serve by Favada. And Cal U with that 2 lead right now, blocked by the Vulcans. Regaro and Floyd up at the net on that one, and that's back over to that Vulcan side. Great dig out by Favada, and now Regaro putting some mustard on that one. It's onto that Seton Hill side. That one must have hurt to respond to as the Griffins throw it back over to that Vulcan side. Regaro, once again, she goes a little tamer on that one, and the Griffins are there to respond, and that's going to be tipped by Floyd, waiting for the official call. He got a pump fake from the referee, initially singling a Vulcan point, but they're going to call a net violation against Alasia Floyd on that one.
Yeah, unfortunate. Back and forth, back and forth. Great saves by both teams. But that time, Floyd with the hit over, I think just grazed the net with her arm, and that ended up being the violation that the referee called. And like you said, wasn't quite sure who was going to call it on because he kept like looking back and forth.
Alvarado with that serve from the Griffins. A little luck on her side. Recaro trying to lay down the law there. And they go. The Griffins throw it back over to that other side. That was number 8. Mackenzie English with that point for the Griffins. A tied ball game here for folks, 18-18.
Mackenzie was able to put the ball at a really nice angle that would just go pretty much straight down. California was not able to get underneath the ball for anything to happen there.
Look at that one there. That one's back onto that Seton Hill side. They go tip over, and Favada tries to lay it all on the line and can't get there in time. And now the Griffins have one of their first leads in this second set, 19-18. And that's Alvarado still back to the line here to serve for the Seton Hill Griffins, and Alvarado's serve is all good onto that Vulcan side. Regaro trying to find some open space, dug out by Lazaro from the Seton Hill side, and that's going to hit the hands of Subacheski and go on the court. Another Griffin point, 5 away from claiming the first and second set.
Yeah, it looks like the Vulcans are going to take a timeout, but coming into this right before that, when the Vulcans had the lead, every single time it seemed like the Vulcans were on the Griffins were on the attack. They were on the front foot on these kill attempts, and it just was so it's unfortunate for the Vulcans as they had the lead and they just kind of letting it slip here in the last couple of points, but still plenty of time left, plenty of points left. The Vulcans still need to get 7 more before the Griffins can get to 25. So everything it's going to be pretty a highly contested last couple of points here in the end of this match.
Taken away from the game. On their screen now, you can see Lucky the dog. It looks like Lucky the dog is sleeping. Lucky is the unofficial team mascot of the California volleyball team. I am lucky enough to once again, I know Lucky the dog personally.
Does that make you lucky?
I am a very lucky person.
There you go.
Can I know Lucky the dog personally? I would love to.
I'll ask him for you.
He looks
You
looks
go
wonderful.
down there, Sabe. You should go down
Yeah,
there.
in the middle of the game. I'll just leave
Middle
right
of the
now.
game. We got too many people up there anyway. We're all,
All right,
crashing into
relax.
each other.
Trying to get rid of Sape? Man.
You know, we got safe on the street here, guys. If you haven't watched that video, go on to CUTV YouTube channel. We got the other main man in that video, Nate, Mr. Banana Man in that costume. Big shout out. He just said what's up to you guys. If you haven't checked that out, very, very funny video. Anyway, let's get back to the action here in the combo, and let's get back to what you all really care about, which is volleyball. Look at that! Speaking of volleyball, that was volleyball at its finest. Tipped over the net, and a Seton Hill point to now go 4 away from claiming this second set. And another serve there by the Griffins, 21-18, and it's onto that California side. What a weird tip over that was from Kaylin Berkey. Tried to go on the cross court with there from the side and can't get that one at the right angle.
Yeah, unfortunate for Berkey there. Like I said, just trying to go cross court, but looked like she kind of got her legs tangled together and ended up tripping over her own feet and making that hit bad.
And that's going to be a service ace. What a timeout this was for the Griffins. Now 2 away for them to claim this one. Number 25, Alvarado, still bet the line here. Serve. She's had a great serving streak so far on this rally. Tips the net and still on over to that Vulcan side. Vulcans need to get some momentum going. Regaro tries to go heavy with that one, and now the Griffins are going to able to just throw it on over to that Vulcan side. Bavada now with the assist. Teeing it up for Floyd, and that one was a crafty little effort, and Vaccaro tries to save that one, but they can't get back in time. It is now 1 point away from the 25 mark for the Griffins.
Once again, California really putting some anger into these hits there. As you can see, there's a lot of different hits coming all from California that were looking pretty painful, if you ask me.
Alvarado tips the net on the third time in that set, and look at that. Somehow that ball is saved, and that's Floyd getting hands on it once again. Pavada now with the set, and Regaro was able to get the hands of the Griffins on that one. A must-win point now for the Vulcans.
Yeah, the Vulcans needed that desperately. Regaro able to get up there early and able to get the hit, but it seemed like the last couple attempts from the Vulcans had great defensive efforts, but it ended up in nothing and ended up in the points for the Griffins. Now the Vulcans have a chance to rally back.
Berkey trying to say, what you can do, I can do it better, and somehow they're just still hitting that ball. Kalen Berkey with a service ace, 20-24. This is somebody you want at the line in these situations. A must-win point once again for the Vulcans. Every point is so crucial in this second set. They try to keep this ball tight at the net, and you can see the miscommunication on the Griffin side, and they're going to call it miscommunication after that one as both coaches looked heated.
That was a really nice play there by California. Ruggiero able to put the ball in a really nice place, giving California another chance here at trying to tie up the wins in this set.
Look at that, safe hit in the gritty up here.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
And JJ, you're not gonna get me to do it, but you know.
Yeah, I'm glad that isn't on the camera, but California able to battle back. I mean, they're in a do-or-die situation, need to get 3 more points to extend the set even longer, but I mean, we saw them off to a great start here in this set. They had the lead for a majority of it, but now they just haven't been able to keep the lead, fall behind, but now they have the opportunity to come back.
We just got a text regarding our shout out to Lucky the dog. So how about that one? We got some CUTV and Vulcan volleyball fans in the crowd here tonight. You know what? We're having a good old time. It's our last home game of the season. We all kind of take our pick of what games we like to say we are the best at commentating. I like to claim myself as the voice of Vulcan's volleyball, so this is going to be
no, that's not okay.
Oh, we have fun.
We have fun.
Hey, I allow it. I allow it.
You allow it?
I was dubbed the voice of Vulcan volleyball.
By you?
No, Gary.
Okay, then fair enough.
Anything Gary says goes.
You can't argue.
That's
you cannot
100%
argue.
valid.
Cannot argue.
I wonder if the team will eventually listen to this and wonder what the heck we're talking about. Anyway,
I hope not.
Kalen Berkey back to line here to serve on that one. A must-win point once again for the Vulcans, and they will not win that one. Paige Cole for the Griffins claiming the kill on that one. Another set goes to the Seton Hill Griffins. Join us after this message. We will be right back. You're watching CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Convocation Center. So far here tonight, it's been all Seton Hill claiming the first and second set. JJ, Safe, what are you guys looking for as we enter set number 3?
I mean, California, no strangers to falling down early. A couple games in these sets. I remember one of the first games I called this season, all the way back in August against Bloomsburg. The VULCANS lost the first 2 sets before winning 3 straight. And I can't say that I don't want that to happen, but if that is the case, we're in for a very long afternoon. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I would love to see the VULCANS come back out here, at least win this one and move on to the next set, try to get us to a set number 5 and win here out on senior night here. California
came out really strong in the second set, putting a nice little lead up until towards the end. I believe it was like they got up to 17, and then the Griffins had taken over from that point on.
And we have the VULCANS who are going to take this serve here. They also started with the opening serve in the first set. We have Kaylin Berkey back to the line here. A must-win set to keep this game alive here on senior night. And Berkey's serve is up and good onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill, how now has it? They get tipped, and Cole tries to lay down the law with that one onto that VULCAN side. They're going to throw it back on over. Is that Subachesko? And it's onto that Cal U side. And the Seton Hill Griffins are going to go tip over, and a violation called, an old double hitter on the Griffins.
That was definitely him signaling a carry, not a double hitter. Just
that looked like a tail.
His whole hand is not too.
That looked like a tail.
I mean, do you guys want me to leave and just like I can let you guys argue about this for the rest of the night? We have fun.
We have fun here.
We have fun. We have fun.
That is what our director has just said on the other side of my ear.
We have fun.
Anyway, Kaylin Berkey back to the line. And Kaylin Berkey with an ace. You guys want to argue with me on that one?
No, I mean, that's factual. That's a factual statement.
I can find a way to argue that if I want to.
Let's not. But a beautiful serve by Berkey, super strong, and in the back row.
We're supposed to be professional here, guys.
I'm doing my best.
Berkey with another serve here, and is this one aligned somehow, some way? The Griffins throw it on over to that VULCAN side, and they're going to call that inbounds as the VULCANs just all looked at each other on that one.
Definitely was close to tell there. Of course, the official is a lot closer than I am, so he did end up signaling the ball out of bounds, giving the Griffins their first point of this set.
Lazar back to line here to serve for the Griffins onto that California side. Trying to find some long court with that, and Regaro is going to claim another kill here this night. Sorry, it's not the afternoon.
Yeah, great kill by Regaro that time. She's so powerful that time. I think she kind of like hit it on purpose, just kind of hit off the side of her hand to kind of mess with the Griffin defenders, and ended up catching them all off guard, and ended up falling in play for the point for the VULCANs.
That's going to be Floyd with that one, and that's going to go right into the net and give it back right to the Griffins as they're going to make some substitutions here. Wait and see who's going to take that serve for the Seton Hill Griffins. It looks like it's going to be We're waiting for somebody to go over there.
I love the sound effects.
Number 2 for the Griffins is going back to serve.
There we go. Abby Ostler back to line here to serve for the Seton Hill Griffins onto that California side. Regaro trying to find some open court, but the Griffins are there to save that guy. And now Paige Cole trying to find some open court of her own right on that Griffins side, but the VULCANs are there to recover. And now the Griffins are left scrambling, going and finding some open court. That's going to hit that VULCAN court. What a crafty play that was from the Seton Hill Griffins.
Yeah, what a beautiful save that time for the Griffins by Alvarado. Almost runs over the referee on the near side, but got over there, made the save, and then the Griffins able to find that back part of the court. All the VULCANs had pushed up a little bit, and they were just able to lay that one in the back and tie the game up at 3.
Once again with the serve for the Griffins onto that California side. Regaro there to respond on the VULCAN side. Sorry, takes that one out for the Griffins, and they're going to throw it on over to the VULCAN side. Bavada now with the set to the corner, tips the net, and it's on to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill needs to get something cooking, and Lazar is just going to throw it on over to the VULCAN side. VULCANs have the momentum as Lynch digs that guy out. Regaro tips the net, and Lady Luck is on their side. VULCAN point. 4-3.
Regaro was able to hit the ball directly into the net. Luckily for her, it does end up bouncing over the net, giving California the lead once again.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the stranger bounces I've ever seen. It looks like it hit on her side and then rolled over onto the other side.
Point to point.
Either way, as we say in golf, there's no pictures on a scorecard. There's no pictures on that scoreboard either, as Ashley Barnes is about to serve here for the Vulcans, and Barnes is serving out the old fake out set, but the Vulcans aren't phased by that one as Howard throws on over. But Wawa lays it all on the line to keep this ball alive, and now California is going to come down with the kill. Allie Dronberger on that one.
Yeah, beautiful defensive work that time. Initially on that dive, but then Buwawa falling all the way back to save it, and then the setup for Dronberger, and she absolutely killed it on that one and gives the Vulcans a 2-point lead now here in this set.
5-3 in this third set. As I mentioned before, a must-win set if you're a Vulcans fan. On that Seton Hill side, they're just scrambling to throw it on over to that Caillou side. Wawa digs it out following that one. Dronberger trying to find some open court, and it gets tipped by the Griffins before sailing out of bounds. You can see Seton Hill shaking their heads as Coach Hall is arguing with the referee on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of conversation went back between Seton Hill's coach and the official. It looks like the point is most likely to stand. The main official once again signaling the point towards California. California getting ready to serve now.
There we go. We have the whistle. So it is going to be a California point, 6-3. Early in this third set. Barnes still back to line here to serve for your Vulcans, and Barnes' serve is all good. It's onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill a little angry after that one and coming out swinging here. It's onto that Caillou side, but Wawa's going to throw it over to now. The Griffins have it, and the Griffins are going to go on the offensive effort. A little crafty save there too. Cole in the corner, and that will definitively be a Seton Hill point.
Here, Griffins able to get themselves back on the board. Cole with a beautiful setup pass to Cole, and Cole just does the rest. Powerful kill attempt, able to find some space on the near side and just able to get that one to go for the Griffins.
Speaking of Cole, Paige Cole with the service ace on that one. 6-5 here in the third set.
Looked like the ball just looked like it floated over the net and landed just right where California was unable to respond. It looked like the whole team just looked at the ball.
And that's going to be Chelsea Howard with that put down for the Vulcans. That is saved by the Griffins. It's onto that Vulcan side. Howard with another put down attempt, and Chelsea Howard will claim the kill.
Yeah, we've seen that time and time again from Chelsea Howard. That beautiful setup pass straight in the middle, and she just demolishes that in the middle of the court. Gives the Vulcans another point and gets them a comfortable 2-point lead here once again in the third set.
Olivia Subichevsky back to line here to serve, and Subichevsky's serve is low, but it's all good. Inside of that Griffin side, they go tip over, and Dronberger can't get there in time. A Griffin point.
Olivia Subichevsky really going on the dive there for the save. Unfortunately, the ball does land just a little bit in front of her hand, giving the Griffins the point there.
It's on to the Seton Hill side following that serve. And Howard, the cluster at the neck, is going to end with a Vulcan point after that one.
Yeah, Howard went for that kill attempt. Got it to go a couple points earlier, but that time the Griffins did a great job at adjusting well, able to get up there super early and block Howard right at the net and force that one back for the Griffin point.
Kelly Lynch here to serve on that one. Lynch with the service ace here on her senior night. Lynch makes that her 13th service ace of the season, and she serves that one up to a tee once again. Griffins finding that an open court goes off the hands of Dronberger and Floyd at the net.
Ball was put in a really nice position for the Griffins. Looked like it was blocked for a second, and then as California's blockers were coming down, the ball was hit into a wide open part of the court.
Now we have Austin back to line here to serve for your Seton Hill Griffins. 9-7. Currently, the Vulcans are leading this ball game here, and it's onto that Vulcan side. Now Regaro from the corner. Sorry, that was Berkey from the corner, and it's going to go on to that Griffin side. Now tipped at the net from the Vulcans, and now Vulcans are going to cook something up in their own right. Berkey with the kill potentially, and yes, it will be, as the diving effort is no good by the Griffins.
Yeah, these outside hitters for the Vulcans have it all, and that time Berkey went with straight power, and then the Griffins unable to adjust, unable to keep that one in play, and they ended up diving all the way around the court just trying to get that one up. But great job by Berkey, able to send that one home and get the Vulcans a 3-point lead.
10-7 here in the third set. I'll keep saying it. Must-win set as the Griffins have claimed the first two sets. That's Adriana Pavano back to the line to serve for the Vulcans, and a good serve there. It's on to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill was laying down the law with that one with a hard hit. Berkey trying to come back with their own right to respond, and it's on to that Seton Hill side. They go a little tip over there, but the Vulcans are there to respond. Lynch with the dig out. Regaro from the corner, and that's going to be blocked, but no good as it hits the Griffin side of the court.
Really nice block attempt by the Griffins. Unfortunately, the ball does end up hitting their hands and then hitting the net and then dropping right in front of them, giving Regaro the point.
11-7 here in the third set. Pavada still back to the line here to serve onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill needs to get something cooking here, and they tip that off the hands of Regaro, and a Griffin point at its finest.
Yeah, we've seen the Vulcans trying to nullify Cole in the middle on those kills attempts, so they sent the three people. They had Berkey, Ricardo, and Floyd all at the net, but all of them unable to get up there in time, and it ends up being a point for the Griffins.
And a Griffin serve here after that point, and they're scrambling as they do on that Vulcan side. Regaro is able to put it on over, and now Seton Hill is on that scramble effort, and they throw it on over to the Cal side. Bavada just says, here you go, and serves it up on a platter, and now it's on to the Griffin side. What a diving effort that was by Subachesco, but they couldn't save it, and another Griffin point following that one.
A lot of good effort there by California, a lot of dives on both sides of the court. Unfortunately, California was not able to get the ball up and over the net on that last attempt there.
Seton Hill still on the service after that point right there, and that's going to be a oh, it's died. Maybe it's a nope. Somehow, some way, that's a Vulcan point. I was about to say it was a service ace for the Griffins, but they were able to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, just awkwardly dealt with by the Griffins. Once it came back onto their side, just no one really seemed to have a good grasp at what to do and how to get the ball back over, and it ended up resulting in a point for the Vulcans.
Kaylin Berkey here to serve for your Vulcans, and that one could potentially be a service ace. Lazar's there, and can they throw it on over to that Cal U side? And yes, they can. What a great effort that was. And Regaro is just going to say, here you go, have a nice day. Regaro with the kill.
That was a really nice kill there by Regaro. Really a lot of scrambling there by the Griffins to get the ball back over, which put it in perfect position for California.
Elisa Regaro made a late addition to that Vulcan lineup, but when she's come in here, she's been a staple. Lights out from the paint there on. I'm going to call the corners the paint here in volleyball because I don't really know what the paint would be otherwise. So.
Yeah, she's been fantastic, and I mean that kill attempt so powerful, so strong, and end up just being placed in a spot where none of the Griffin defenders could get to it, and that forced the Seton Hill Griffins to call a timeout as they find themselves down by 4, 13-9 here in set number 3. They do have the first two sets under their belt, but the Vulcans starting out set number 3 very strong and look to take this one and force us to a set 4.
I'll keep saying a must-win set if you're a Vulcans fan. Seton Hill claimed the first two sets. You know, every single set we've watched, really 4 has been the widest margin each team has led. Most games have been neck-and-neck battles so far here tonight in the combo. And now both teams are going to take the court. It's still the Vulcans' ball after this one, 13-9. Kaylin Berkey back to the line to serve for your Vulcans following the Seton Hill timeout. Berkey's serve is up, and it's good. The scramble effort now begins on that side of the Seton Hill Griffins. That's going to be too strong. He heads into the Vulcan bench.
Seton Hill put a lot of really nice power on that hit. Unfortunately, the ball does end up flying just a little bit out of bounds, giving California the point there.
Berkey still back to the service line here, 14-9 now, and that one just short into the net, and that might be the momentum the Griffins need.
Yeah, the Vulcans had a 5-point lead there after that last point from them, 14-9. But when you give points away cheaply like this, this was your opportunity to try to get a bigger foothold in this game to extend your lead even more. But giving points cheaply back to the Griffins might come back to haunt them here.
And that's Regaro now with that one. That's going to be a great block by the Griffins. Now Cole at the line, at the net there, and now the Vulcans are going to go on to that. How that was not a double hit, who knows? And now it's going to be going from the corner. That's Dronberger. Great save by Lazar from that Seton side. Teeing it up to Cole on the other side, and now it's back onto the Vulcans. Regaro trying to find some open court of her own, and the Griffins are there to respond. What a long rally. This is turning into Vada now with the set there, and now one's going to be blocked by the Griffins and out of bounds following that one, a Vulcan point.
Olivia Subichesko has some insane hitting power. Don't know how the defenders for the Griffins' hands didn't break on that hit, but the ball did go off the hands of the Griffin defenders, landing out of bounds.
That's Alicia Floyd back the line here to serve. Floyd's serve is good and strong, and that was a scramble effort just to get back onto that Vulcan side. And now Subicheski gonna claim another point after that one hit the Griffins. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, a poor effort by the Griffins. That one looks like it was heading its way for the back corner. Just try to get in the way, try to save it, but once again, Sobocheska just too strong on those hits. Gets hits off the Griffin defender out of play. It looks like once again the Griffins will call another timeout as they find themselves down by 6, 16-10.
Also, especially when we're getting into the late season, both teams similar records on the cusp of playoff potentials as I look behind me and see my color commentators dancing. So
Convocation Center has some amazing music.
Oh, we're having fun. We're having fun.
Last home game, got to make the most of it.
Oh, yeah. And then we get into basketball season. Basketball season is going to be a lot of fun. First basketball game, I believe, is in 2 weeks from today.
Oh, yeah, looking forward to that. It's going to be great.
That'll be a lot of fun for us.
As we talk about looking forward to more shoots, we have a football shoot on Friday, I believe.
Saturday. That's when football games are played Saturday.
Dude,
this
our
weekend.
Starting QB is on the production team today, and you just got the date of the game wrong.
Noah Mitchell here today running graphics for us. The Vulcans play this Saturday against the Cannon Golden Knights at noon.
It's not my fault. Our
game that does have playoff potential, depending on various situations throughout the league.
Yeah, there's a couple of things need to happen for them to be able to finish first in the PSAC West, but that's for Saturday to decide.
Yes. Anyway, Alasia Floyd, we're going to go back to the action here in the combo. Alasia Floyd with that serve there on to the Griffin side. Griffins trying to come out swinging here. They're going to get a kill of their own right. That was going to be number 2, Oslinger from that Griffin side. That play was spicy as a jalapeno, according to our director.
Who knows?
Our director sounds pretty hungry. She gotta go get some food.
Hey, I'm right
the
there with
dining
her.
hall had a lack of options here today. Anyway, Griffin's serve is up and good. It's onto that California side. And that's going to be Subicheski from the corner with the kill.
Subicheska had a really nice, strong hit there, which was able to, it looked like, put some fear in the Griffins, giving California the point there.
And once again, another great setup as well. That time by Favada just sets it up on a platter for Subicheska to send home.
And then it's going to be number 13, Ashley Barnes here to serve for your Vulcans, 17-11. Probably the widest margin of victory we've seen here this afternoon. And that serve is good from Barnes. It's on to that Griffin side. Griffin's now trying to find some momentum. And that's going to be too long and another California point. Yeah,
unfortunate there. I believe that time by number 22 for the Griffins. Mara Yonner just trying to find that back line, but just a little bit too strong on it. Ends up going out of play. And the Vulcans with a 7-point lead here in the third set, their biggest lead of the night so far.
Barnes still back to line here to serve, waiting on the AOK from the official, and we got it. Now it's back here to the action. Barnes' serve is up and good onto that Seton Hill side. They try to go tip over, and Lynch can't get there in time. A Seton Hill point.
Seton Hill is able to put the, look like just barely tap the ball over the net, placing it right in, behind the defensive line of California.
Defensive line, you heard it here first, folks. Anyway, Seton Hill back there. Chelsea Howard tries to lay it down. Too long on that one right there. Another Griffin's point.
Yeah, such an awkward angle that Howard had to hit that from. And we know Howard how powerful she is, but try to play the finesse, just try to find that back corner and just wasn't able to get it there.
Paige Cole with the serve there. Howard once again trying to get some points on the board there for the Vulcans. And that one's going to go back over to that Vulcan side following the response by the Griffins. And Howard once again claiming a point for the Vulcans, 19-13.
Howard really able to fake out the defense there. It looked like she was going to hit the ball one way, but then it ends up going the opposite direction she was looking. Howard is really good at being able to place in the ball in some unpredictable places.
Olivia Subichevsky back to the line here to serve for the Vulcans, 19-13. Once again, a must-win set as the Griffins have claimed the first 2 sets. Subichevsky's serve is good, and it's onto that Griffin side. Strong swinging from the Griffins onto the Vulcan side now. From the corner, that's Stronberger. Can she find some open court? But the Griffins are there to save that one. Throwing it back over to that California side. California has the momentum here, and Howard trying to find some open court of her own right there. Scrambling on that Griffin side. They throw it on over to the Vulcan side. Now Vulcans had the momentum here. Howard with the fake out. They try to find lawn court with that one, and too long, a Seton point.
Yeah, unfortunate there that time by the Vulcans. The setup was perfect for Berkey. That last time she was up there, she had it blocked, and then went again, got it up there a little bit higher, but her hit just too strong for that back corner she was trying to find. And after a decent rally, Seton Hill comes away with the point.
Seton Hill with the serve here, 19-14, teed up on a platter for Subichevsky, and that's going to be, Ali Schronberger from the corner is going to come down with that one.
Ali Schronberger really put the ball in a really nice low position where it looked like it had landed just underneath one of the Griffins' defensemen.
Kelly Lynch back to the line here to serve. 5 points away are the Vulcans from claiming this third set, and now look at that swing effort from the Griffins.
Yeah, once again, that time Yonner able to get up there very early, able to get that hit ahead of the Vulcans before they were able to set up that wall, and that ball ended up getting tipped onto the Vulcan side of the court for the Griffin point and close the gap now to 5 for the Griffins.
Ostling back to line here to serve for the Griffins. 5 points down are the Seton Hill Griffins, who have claimed the first 2 sets. Onto that Cal U side, trying to find some open court, and that one, and Drunberger is going to come down with the kill.
Yeah, Ali Drunberger really put some fire underneath that ball, and it was tipped by the Griffins, landing out of bounds, giving California the point. Again, that was a really strong hit there by Drunberger.
Yeah, I'm surprised that this referee on the near side was able to survive. It got tipped straight at him, but he's already been in the play a couple of times.
21-25. Once again, I will keep on saying it. A must-win set. Adriana Favada back to the line to serve for the California Vulcans, and Favada's serve is good, and that's going to get tripped up by the defensive effort from the Vulcans, and a Griffin point.
The Vulcans setting a ton of presence in the middle on these kill attempts. That time Yonner able to get up there early. 3 Vulcans in the middle, and Rigardo and Floyd and Berkey, but none of them able to block that one away.
There we go, Seton Hill with the serve on that one. 21-16, California leading. Berkey trying to find some room of her own, and that's going to tip the defensive effort from the Griffins, and a Cal U point.
California did hit go for a kill attempt. The ball was blocked by the Griffins, but unfortunately for them, the ball landed out of bounds, giving California the point there.
Kaylin Berkey 3 points down from claiming this third set. Back to line here to serve, and a good serve by Berkey. It's out of that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill now trying to go out swinging on that. Favada's there to save it. Back to Floyd, and that's going to be a put down by number 5 on that side. Kowalski from the Griffins.
And Kowalski just getting up there. Floyd, instead of just bumping that one over, tried to go for the kill attempt, but Kowalski got up there super early, read it all the way, and able to send that one back.
Lazar back to the line to serve for the Griffins, and that's going to be dug out by the Vulcans onto that side. A defensive stop. Somehow, some way, they're just playing ping pong on that net, and a Griffins point.
I couldn't have said it better than yourself. The ball did go off the net like 3 or 4 times there before the play was called dead.
I knew you guys were going to like that call.
You should have seen the gesture I was making behind.
I don't want to know what it was. Anyway, Lazar back to the line to serve. Serve is good. California now on the attack. Stop by the Griffins. Ricardo, oh my goodness, that looked painful. Saves on the ground over there. Oh my goodness.
How is that girl still alive? I mean, that was.
Hear it.
I mean, that was a freight train going straight at her head, and I mean that one head off of her went out of play. Vulcan's 2 points away from taking this set, and Ricardo's been phenomenal.
That was a lot of force. That was Floyd back to line to serve it now. Look at that, Griffins. You're going to go heavy-handed on their own right. And dug out. What a volleyball game we're watching right here. The Griffins chuck it on over to midcourt. Howard, look at that. What placement that was by Chelsea Howard.
Chelsea Howard and all of the Vulcans have been really putting some nice pressure and fire on the Griffins, and they are now coming up on set point with Elijah Floyd getting ready to serve.
Floyd with the serve here, and a good serve by Elijah Floyd, 24. This is a must-win point if you're a Griffins fan. Oh my goodness, what a save effort this was for Wawa there, and they just say, here you go. Paige Cole just throws it in the backcourt to claim and keep this set alive for the Griffins.
Oh, this set is hurting. My brain hurts.
Save, you look like you need to sit down.
It's just going back and forth. Cole that time just lays it out all the way back there, and Buwawa just can't get there in time. But I mean, this has just been a ferocious comeback from the Vulcans. I mean, they didn't look super convincing in the first set. Looked a little bit better in set number 2, but have finally come alive here in set number 3, and they need to if they want to be able to move this game on to set 4.
It looks like Mackenzie English is going to go out of the game and subbed in by Riley Rock, who's going to go back to the service line for the Griffins. A must-win point for the Griffins, and Rock serve is going onto that California side, trying to find some open space in the corner there. Blocked by the Griffins to keep this set alive.
The Griffins really trying to make a desperate comeback here. They are down 4, but California is on set point, trying to force a 4th set. The Griffins really do not want to go to that 4th set. They want to get out of here and go home.
And another serve there by Rock is all good onto that California side. Howard tries to go a little crafty effort there and sends it into the net.
It seems like the Vulcans kind of jumping the gun a little bit, getting too far ahead of themselves instead of setting up these outside hits, just trying to go super quick, super fast, and it keeps ending up in Griffin blocks.
Rock again from the service line there, dug out by Bawawa on that California side. Regaro's trying to go with a kill, and she can find it. That's a Cal U set win, 25-21 to keep this game alive. Join us for the 4th set. You're watching CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the action here in the Convocation Center. Boy, things are heating up here. We had the first 2 sets claimed by the Seton Hill Griffins, and that last set was all Cal U Vulcans, claiming it 25-21.
California doing a great job of battling back, bouncing back. Had the big lead, especially late on in that 3rd set, but wasn't scared as the Griffins kind of came back a little bit, able to finish it off in style with a great kill attempt by Regaro. And the Vulcans now in this fourth set, I mean, the pressure now is all on the Griffins to try to finish this one out.
A lot of lethal hits from California coming in that third set, which is part of the reason that they put away that third set, forcing a fourth set.
And before we get into this fourth set, big shout out to our director's boyfriend, Hunter Travitz, who's watching over at Millersville.
Yeah.
Hunter, thanks for tuning in.
Let's go. Let's go.
We'll be sure to annoy Claire for you. Anyway, now we're getting back to the action
here. We do that anyway.
Oh, we do it all the time.
It's a daily thing here.
Seton Hill to serve that one up, and a good serve by the Griffins onto that California side. And Floyd's going to take the opening point there in set number 4 for your Vulcans.
Yeah, Floyd usually on the inside, but that time rolled her way to the outside on that kill attempt and just caught enough of it where it made it difficult for the Griffins to respond and end up getting the Vulcans the point. I mean, the last set, they got off to a good start, and they need to do that again if they want to win here.
Berkey with that serve there. Look at that. That's going to be blocked by the Vulcans, the team of Elijah Floyd and Olivia Suwacheski at the net to make this a 2-0 lead in the fourth set.
An amazing block there by the two of them. Here at CUTV, we call that the Great Wall of California there on that block.
I like that. It took us all season to come up with that, as Kaylin Berkey's serve is too strong there, and is going to give that point back to the Seton Hill Griffins.
Yeah, I mean, no one ever said we were creative bunch up here. I mean, we just talk, you know. I'm up here, we just talk, and that's about it.
We try to make it funny, at least.
Yeah, we have fun. We have fun.
Until you talk about tennis.
Or you talk about my academic
is that going to be a
choices.
service ace? Let's talk about volleyball here, guys. We got a service ace from the Seton Hill Griffins. That's Carrie Lazar, the defensive specialist, tying up this ball game 2-2 with that service ace. Lazar still back to line here to serve for the Griffins, following that ace on that California side. Suwacheski laying down the law as that one's going to soar into the bench of the Griffins. I was waiting for a too many hits call, and there it is. A Vulcan point on that one. You got to applaud the no-quit attitude from the Griffins.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to say. I'm sorry, but Suwacheski was able to catch it off the net, and then the Griffins just jumping all the way back to their own bench to save that one.
Alicia Floyd back to line here to serve for the Vulcans onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill laying down the law on their own right there with the kill. That's Paige Cole from the corner.
Ball ends up getting hit by the Griffins and landing just outside of Elijah Floyd's range. She was unable to get up and save the ball there.
3-3 here in this fourth set. Seton Hill is currently in the driver's seat in this game right now, claiming the first two sets. California rallied and claimed that last and third set. Now we're in the serve here. Regaro is going to tee that ball up onto the Griffin side. Griffins now laying on over and left. Caillou scrambling and couldn't recover.
Great attempt by Favada there trying to save that one. It was a hit by Kazires and to Favada's right, and she just wasn't able to get down there in time. Ends up into the Vulcan bench for the Griffin point.
That's Riley Rock back to line to serve for the Griffins onto that Vulcan side. And now Suwacheski's going to go try and find Lomba, blocked by the Griffins. And another Seton Hill point.
Looks like the Seton Hill Griffins are really not happy about losing that third set. They started off a little bit slow, but once again they are coming back, trying to put this game to bed.
Rock still back to line to serve for Seton Hill, and a good serve by Rock onto that California side. Howard trying to find long court with it, and it's going to be too far for that one. Not tipped by the Griffins, and another Seton Hill point.
Yeah, unfortunate Howard just trying to find that outside edge, just unable to do so. I do want to say, though, I think Riley Rock has got to be the best name. It's just such a great name.
And that's another good serve by Rock. Ricardo's going to throw it on over to that Vulcan side. And now Paige Cole tries to go the tip over. And look at that. Lynch is there to respond. Ricardo tries to go with a tip over on her own right. Now we're back to the action. They're going to go long ball with it on that Griffin side. And it hits the hands of Suwacheski. And then the Vulcan court. Another Griffin's point here.
Ball was blocked by California. Unfortunately, it does go off the hands of Suwacheska, landing out of bounds, giving the Griffins another point.
And that's going to cause California to call their first time out of this fourth set.
Yeah, I mean, we saw a couple times in the last set how well the momentum is able to shift one way or another when these teams take the timeouts. The Vulcans in the last set got off to a way better start, but find themselves down by 4 now. But potentially after this timeout could stall the momentum of the Griffins and then get themselves back into the game.
California is really good at calling timeouts and once again putting some momentum back on their team. So hopefully that's what's going to happen here with California.
JJ, that might be the best thing I've ever heard you commentate. California's really good at calling timeouts.
Well, it puts a whole bunch of momentum back into the team.
It's a strategy thing. I mean, it's a part of the game. You
think
have the
they're
timeouts
really
for
good at what they do in the timeout, not the fact that they just call a timeout.
They call timeouts in crucial situations.
Exactly. It's twofold. I mean, you get the experience, you make the adjustments during the timeout, but you also need to be able to know when to call the timeouts in the right moments. That's good coaching, all right? I will not hear this timeout slander on JJ.
Everyone around us right now is just crying with laughter on various conversations that are going on.
The problem is I just look around and they're all looking at me, so I'm really scared of what they're I really am terrified of what everyone is talking about.
Anyway, Riley Raff has to serve here for the Griffins as we're going to get back into the action and stop goofing around as much as we possibly can. Subacheski is going to go on the opposing side and sends that over to the Griffins side. Griffins now trying to go long ball with it onto that California side. And now a girl from the corner trying to find some open court and sends it back over to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill tipped by the Vulcans up at the net, and Kelly Lynch is there to keep it alive to Subacheski in the corner. But Wawa with the dig to keep this one alive. Regaro laying it down to come up with the point and the kill for the Vulcans.
Regaro putting, again, some fire underneath that hit, having the ball end up going out of bounds. Inbounds, where the Griffins were unable to recover.
And now we have Ashley Barnes back to line to serve for the Vulcans 4-7. If Seton Hill is able to keep this lead, they will take this ball game here tonight. And that's a good serve there by the Vulcans. And Seton Hill Griffins are going to go and tip the hands of Dronberger and Howard to claim another point.
That's a couple of times we've seen in this set where the Vulcans go up for these block attempts but just aren't in sync on their jumps. That time, Dronberger got up a little bit too early compared to Howard, and when they're a little bit off, that just ends up not a clean block attempt by the Vulcans.
And Howard was trying to go with the kill attempt of her own, but the Seton Hill Griffins are there to save, and that's going to go off the hands of Wawa, and a no good effort there to give the Griffins another point on the board.
Off the hands of Wawa, more like off the face. That looked very painful there. Hopefully she's okay. Really nice kill attempt by the Griffins, though.
And you see that ball just had so much mustard on it as Paige Cole, who served that one up to a tee. Subacheski was trying to dig that one out and just came out at an awkward angle, and that's Cole once again back to the line to serve here. Howard with the old fake out, but Wawa throws it out over to that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill has momentum. They know they're going to cook something up, and they just dig it out and throw it over to that Caillou side. Howard now with the fake out. Dronberger trying to go long court with it, but the Stars there to dig it out on that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill is going to respond with their own, try to go long court with it, but Wawa tried to save it and could not. Another Griffins point.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference so far in this set compared to the last set for the Griffins is how much they are on the front foot, as it looks like the Vulcans call a timeout. But it seems like every time in these possessions that they're the ones that are attacking and the Vulcans are the ones that need to respond. They're the ones that are digging themselves deep, finding themselves in awkward situations, just throwing the ball back over for Seton Hill to set up comfortably. But California, after this timeout, maybe can make the adjustments that they need to be able to switch this game around here.
Yeah, when you're going into a must-win set, especially this late in the season when we have two very evenly matched teams, you don't want to be down 11-4. Coach Letourneau is definitely not liking what he's seeing as he's talking to his team in the huddle right now.
Yeah, and it's just all about just kind of forgetting what has happened and just moving forward, trying to make these adjustments that you need. I'm just going to ignore them.
There's so much going on
There's
here.
too much going on. But I'm sure Coach Letourneau has done a great job all year at making these sort of adjustments. And the Vulcans, I have faith in them moving forward here in this set that they'll be able to make some sort of comeback as they come out of this timeout.
You know what I missed? This is kind of unrelated to what we were talking about.
What do you miss?
But last year they had a Halloween game, and they all dressed up in costume, and I really appreciated that.
And during the match?
Yeah.
They were playing in their costumes.
No, not the players, the coaching staff.
Oh, okay.
But then they came out before and anyway, let's start commentating actual volleyball here. Howard now tries to find some open court there, and it's back onto that Griffin side. And that one is going to be a violation called against the Vulcans, a carry violation on Adriana Pavada to give that back to the Griffins.
Yeah, unlucky there. I think that one was on Barnes. It looked like it hit off her arm and then hit off of like her shoulder, face area.
And Cole that served that one up from the Seton Hill Griffins side. It's back over to that Seton Hill side now. Tipped at the net by Howard, and no one was there to help the Vulcans out. And it will be a Griffins point.
Howard had a really nice block attempt there. Unfortunately, it does go off her hand, going straight up in the air and landing right behind her when no one was ready or prepared to give that back to the Griffins.
Cole still back to the service line here to get this party started. Subachesko with the kill! Olympia Subachesko from the corner.
And I mean, once again, it's extremely powerful. Subachesko and Megaro just, we talked about it in between the sets. I really wish we had some sort of like radar gun that they use for baseball or softball to track how fast these hits are coming, because they have been absolutely rockets.
Now Subachesko is going to throw that one into the net and give the point to the Griffins. 14-5 now. A must-win set for the Vulcans to keep this game alive in 45 sets. Seton Hill now with that serve and a good one there onto that Vulcan side. And from the corner, Subachesko is there, and that's saved by the Griffins. And Griffins now we're going to try and find some open court in the backfield there. And now Subachesko digs that one out from the corner. That's Dronberger. And now it's back onto that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill trying to go long court with it, and that's going to hit the kisser of the Vulcans and go on out of there. Another Griffins point.
Might want to have to check her for a concussion. That looked very painful, but she gives a thumbs up to coach, and she is straight back up into the game.
My favorite line also during the in-between sets as Seton Hill gives that point up and throws it into the net was Safe making a comment, if I got hit in the head with that volleyball, I think I would be down for the day.
No, I said if Reguero was able to hit me with that ball, how?
Which I think she would be able
yeah,
to.
no, absolutely. How many attempts would it take for her to, before she broke my ribs?
And
the consensus was one.
Lynch with the serve and almost an ace on that one, and yes, I agree that Safe would have a hefty concussion after that one, and that's gonna be from the corner, waiting on the official call there. And some argumenting is not a word.
Argumentative is a word, though.
Argumentative is a word, thank you, history education major.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
And it's going to go to the Griffins side. There, that's number 2. Offslinger back to line here to serve for the Griffins. And it's thrown on to the California side. The old fake out from Floyd. And then Berkey tips it on over. Seton Hill has some momentum here. They're going to go tip over on their own right. And Lynch is there to save that one from the corner. That's Schronberger. And they're going to go fake out set on the corner. They're going to call a violation, a net violation against the Griffins. And a California point. That's right. That's what the doctor ordered for the Vulcans.
Both teams playing some really good defense. A little bit of looks like not paying attention enough with all these violations that has happened these last couple of points. Hopefully California continues to strive in not making as many mistakes. But both teams definitely trying to limit those as much as possible.
Adriana Favado with a strong serve, and that's another violation called. You can see that one came off the hands of Lazar, way too strong, and a California point.
Yeah, luckily for the Vulcans, that one ends up in their favor. They need these points. They need to get that back. They now find themselves down by 8, but slowly but surely need to climb themselves back into this game.
And a strong serve from Bavada, and that one's going to be no good. 17-8 now for the Griffins, who are kind of running away with this one in the 4th set. And that's number 25, Alvarado, back to line here to serve for the Seton Hill Griffins. And Alvarado's serve is good, and onto that California side. Vergara with the old fake out. Berkey tries to come out swinging, and it hits the hands of that Griffin defense and gives Cal U another point.
Caitlin Berkey coming out again with some power right off the hand of some Griffin defenders, landing right next to them, giving California the nice easy point there.
And Berkey back to line here to serve for the Vulcan 9-17. California really needs to get back into this game. The old fake out from the Seton Hill Griffins, and now Subichesco has it following that great save from Lynch and the team on that Vulcan side. What another save that was by Pavada. And Subichesco from the corner trying to find some open court, but Lazar's there to respond, and some miscommunication as Ulstringer runs way too far for that one and gives Cal U another point on the board.
Subichesco able to find her spot, able to force the Griffins to dive, and then the ball afterwards was kind of awkward for the Griffins to deal with and ends up falling after, like you said, a little bit of miscommunication. Now the Griffins give up another point to the Vulcans. Vulcans finally get double digits at 10, but still find themselves down by 7.
You know what's another thing that we should point out right now?
What's that?
That there was some kind of animal on the court in the first set.
What?
I forgot about that.
Oh, and like Lynch was like
Yeah,
getting rid of the
just
like
said,
whatever bug was
Yeah,
on the.
you know, you gotta appreciate that though, as we have a stoppage of play. Not something happened on the side of the Griffins. That's Lazaro being checked out by the coaching staff right now. I don't know if she got banged up or.
Looks like she's retaping her right knee. So maybe on that dive attempt on that last play, her knee wrap kind of came out a little bit, but looks like she's just retaping that one, getting her knee pad in place and ready to go.
We're glad to see there's no injuries in place. You never want to see that. She's all good, and we're ready to rock and roll here in this fourth set. Kaylin Berkey back to line here to serve for your California Vulcans. 10-17. Currently, the Griffins are leading this one. If they can close this one out, it will be a Griffins ball game here. And Berkey's serve is good. They're going to go tip over from the Seton Hill Griffins, but Subichesco is there to respond to it. And now Berkey from the corner. Sorry, Ricaro from the corner is going to claim a kill right there.
Regaro with a nice kill on for California, getting them the nice point there. I know she's happy about that one. It was a really nice place ball.
And now that we have a wet spot on the court that Regaro is going to sweep up. Coincidentally, the same spot where the bug was, so.
Absolutely. While we have a second, make sure to follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram, CUTV PA. Just keep a track of everything. Make sure, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and notifications on, things like that, to know when we're going live and what games we're covering.
Oh, I thought that one might have stuck in the corner there by Berkey, but that's going to be called out in too long. 18-11 now for the Griffins. Lazar about to line to serve. Serve is up for the Griffins, and it's good. It's dug out by Bawawa there. And now Regaro from the corner comes in strong and blocked by the Griffins. And now from the corner, Subichesco and a block, but it stays on that Seton Hill side. Seton Hill trying to cook something up there. They're trying to go long court with it. And that one's going to be out, and it's going to be a California point.
California being really smart. They obviously they all saw what happened there. California didn't want to put that waste of energy going into that, getting the ball that didn't need to be got.
Floyd back to line to serve. They're dug out by the Griffins. Is on that Griffin side now. Tipped by the Vulcans. Pavada's there to dig that one out. Regaro in the corner, and she finds the open court and puts it in there like a hammer on nail and gives it to the Vulcans.
I mean, not only is she super powerful, but super precise on her hit. Hit it between two defenders from the Griffins and able to find that back corner with that serve by Floyd that time. Unfortunate she isn't able to get that serve over the net.
19-13 here, ball game, folks. Vulcans need to catch up to the Griffins to keep this alive following that miscue from the service line. And that is going to be number 7 from the Griffins. Riley Rock going back to the service line. One of the greatest names we've seen in the PSAC in a long time. And that's going to go back over to that Vulcan side. Regaro from the corner. And that's saved by the Seton Hill Griffins. Seton Hill now trying to cook something up. And that's blocked by the team at the net. But it ensures out of bounds. And a Seton Hill Griffins point.
Really nice effort there by California. They really want to try and claw back into this game. Unfortunately, they did go up for the block, and ball did end up going out of bounds.
Dare I say, Raleigh Rock has been rock solid here tonight. And another good serve there by Rock Subichescu trying to find some open corner run. Send it back to the Griffins side. Griffins now send it over to the Vulcan side. Bavada now with the set. And Regaro coming out swinging with another kill to put for Elisa Regaro.
I mean, once again, just slams it down with authority. It's just every single time she's just able to send that one home. Hits off of the defender and ends up into the stands, and the Vulcans only down by 6 now in the fourth set. Oh.
And now we're back to the action here. Vulcan serve is up and it's good. 14 to 20, have some making up to do. And Lynch lays it all on the line to keep that one alive. Droneberger helps her out. And now Bawawa's going to throw it on over to that Seton Hill Griffin side. Trying to find some open court in the back here. And Bawawa gets tripped up on her own feet. And a Griffins point.
Really nice point for the Griffins. Really ran away with this one in the fourth set. Now only within 4 of putting this game away.
JJ, I would like an in-depth analysis of what just happened.
I started talking without my microphone being down.
There we go. Howard's now into this game, and she's going to send that ball too long and give another point to the Griffins. Now 3 away from claiming this game.
Yeah, we've seen Howard try that a lot, that wraparound attempt, but once again trying to find that back corner, but just hits that too strong.
And now a short ball there from the Griffins, and Lynch wasn't prepared for that one. And no matter what they do, Ashley Barnes couldn't get there in time to save it.
Yeah, and that time Lynch with the dig out, but not everyone else on the same page. Just lets that one go to the wayside. Barnes lets it fall, and the Griffins now 2 away.
Now Droneberger is trying to come out swinging there with a kill, and it's saved by Lazar. And they're going to try and find some space, and they're going to call that in. They're going to call that tipped, actually, from the Vulcans before going out of bounds. And a Seton Hill point now, match point for the Griffins, 24 to 14. Short serve once again, but Lynch is there and unfazed at this time. Sobczewski from the corner there, and that might be all she wrote. Oh, it's going to be a Vulcans point there, and that's what they needed for California to keep this game alive. 15 to 24. Sobczewski's going to come down credited with that point, and she goes back to the service line.
Sobczewski now back to serve. The Vulcans can't afford to give up another point. I mean, if they're able to tie this game back up.
It would be a mighty effort as Sobczewski gives an ace to the Vulcans. That's exactly what they needed to start this one off strong.
Vulcans really not wanting to be put away in this game. You can obviously tell that there is some fire underneath them, even though they are down and barely there.
Sobczewski still about to line to serve here. The California Vulcans need to be rock solid here and keep making no mistakes. And Lynch now to save that one from the corner. And a kill by Allie Droneberger, 17 to 24.
Beautiful setup that time for Droneberger. She got up there super early and just met that one at the apex of her jump and sends that one home. And the Vulcans, like JJ said, not going quietly into the night, still battling in this set.
Sobczewski still back to line to serve, and a good one there. Now Seton Hill is going to put it down at the net. That was going to be number 20, Katie Kozar from the Seton Hill Griffins to claim this one. And that was, what a volleyball game that was, folks. 4-setter, and ultimately the Griffins are going to come down with it.
It was a really nice final home game for the Vulcans. Really did not want to be put away during this last game. Unfortunately, the Griffins were able to put the game away.
Yeah, I mean, it was a tough match between both teams. Fought super well. We saw a lot of fight in this game, but Griffins coming out on top. I mean, it's an honor. I appreciated getting to call this game with you guys today. I mean,
it's been a lot of fun. Great way to end the volleyball season for us, indeed.
Oh, we have fun. We have fun.
We have a lot of fun. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. Anyway, join us this Saturday for our football coverage when our Cal U Vulcans football team will be taking on the Gannon Golden Knights here at Adamson Stadium. I'm Addy Man, joined alongside Jonathan Sape and JJ Robinson as Sape left the building already. You're watching CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Network.